What is going on, everybody? Oh,
What's up?
another Thursday in the books. Michael, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How about you, Willie?
Pretty good.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
Oh my goodness.
I
Wow.
had a deal I had to deal with before I got on the show, so kind of went sideways on me here, boys. So I might be short a little bit of cash here for the next day or two.
Oh, wow. You outdid yourself this week, didn't you?
You outdid yourself this week.
Uh,
How
Lord.
y'all doing?
The famous Matt. Lord have mercy. Well, you low man on the totem pole this week. Low man.
Yeah,
You,
I
I tell
am.
you what, that clown wig and the nose, man, it's starting to wear on you a little bit. It's starting to get in there a little bit.
Well, let's just put it this way. This week was ugly for me. Let's see. My guy, Leadon, gets wrecked in the truck race.
Wrecked.
Wrecked.
I don't know about the wrecked.
Wrecked. Creed got wrecked. He got wrecked. He flat out got wrecked in that race. He won a stage, got wrecked. Xfinity race, we did okay in the Xfinity race. We didn't have a bad deal there. Cup race, well, nobody but Hendrick showed up. Both of you had Hendrick drivers. And Truex, well, he forgot there was a race on Sunday. Indy 500, random pick. My guy is the only idiot that wrecks on pit road and finishes dead last in our random. So when I have that many damn last place finishes, what the hell do you think's gonna happen? Exactly what's happening here.
and to top it
Now.
off,
Oh,
we gave
God.
Matt the option to switch his driver Sunday night in one of those little random, let's pick this race out of the blue. Me and Willie picked ours, and Matt picked his two
Okay.
drivers.
Two.
And they
And I-
barely got in the show, so we gave him a redraw. And
That I still lost. Now, these bozos on both sides here, however, were severely licking their wounds after the show me, though, because I took both these two to the proverbial cleaners in the show me on Dirt Draft, and my pick won the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. You did took us to the outhouse on that one.
I had him
What?
covered on Friday night, second feature. I knew I had him covered. And then the first car went out, then the second car went out, and then I was barely hanging on by a string, still leading. And then Matt says, "Don't look now, but I have took the lead."
Well, no, Matt come back and said, Michael, you ain't watching the thing, are you? And you said you was watching your other lineup that you had in. And then, yeah, I didn't show up for that one. I can tell you that now.
So, yeah.
400.
Dirt Draft had a wonderful deal. The rest of the weekend, well, you got your pimp clown out of the deal.
Well, guess what? You get your shot. You think you're the Dirt Draft master?
I ain't saying I'm the master.
You
I
get
ain't
your
saying
shot.
I'm the master. The funny part is I just signed up for Dirt Draft. What was the first night? Thursday, right?
Thursday.
So they ran the double feature on Thursday, Friday at the Showbie, and these two have been bugging me to get in Dirt Draft, and I said, all right, fine, that's it. I'm getting in here. And so I was like, I don't know who to pick. I'm not a dirt guy. I'm the NASCAR guy on this channel. And they're like, Michael's like, gave me a little bit of advice for the Thursday night show.
Yeah, well, wait a second. Hold up.
And then I
don't like this too. Y'all get on like an hour before that I get here, and y'all talking about lineups.
What?
Oh, hey.
I'm like, what? That's like tag teaming on me, like trying to get me to wear the clown suit.
I did.
Hey. What's fair? All's fair in love and war, buddy. That's the way it is. So anyway, so Michael helped me on Thursday, and then I whooped his ass, and he said, "You're on your own for the rest of the weekend." And then I still whipped their ass. So I was happy about that. But wrecked in the truck race. Pretty much, Cup guy didn't show up. And my stinking random pick in the Indy 500 should have been wearing this damn thing after the race, because that's what he looked like, was a damn clown.
I could tell you who the clown was a Gray what do you know?
Graham Rahal.
Graham Rahal's was it left rear tire changer?
Yep.
I don't know if he's got a job, because he was right. He had them covered. He had them covered.
So anyway, so there you guys go. It's I don't know what in the world I'm gonna do if I have to do this something again, because I'm running out of ideas and options.
I like to say, get ready.
I mean, we did have to talk you off the ledge because you was thinking about quitting the show. So
yeah. We got a group chat, and it's active, very active, and he's over here saying, "Boys, I don't know what to do. My picks just ain't here." we acted, talking that man.
Well, it was so stupid though, because it was a total role reversal. I'm not the dirt guy. Michael's the dirt guy. So I go and spank him in freaking dirt. And Michael goes and not only picks the truck winner, he also picks the Xfinity winner. And by the way, he also picked the Cup winner. He picked the winner of all three races.
Yeah, he did that.
So I don't know what happened, but Michael, I'll be happy to give you back that dirt stuff, but I need my NASCAR stuff back, man. I feel this can't happen anymore. Oh Lord!
Hey, I had y'all even fooled on Sunday or Monday night at the Scott Sexton Memorial. I just picked the guy out, and y'all were like, or Willie was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
Well, first you said Kevin Weaver. First you said Kevin Weaver. And I'm thinking,
I get them mixed up.
I'm like, why did you pick Kevin? And you're like, there's only one Weaver there, and it was Randy. I'm like, yeah, there goes that one.
All right. So anyway, hardy har, not doing it. I better not be doing it next show, because now we got so much stuff on the line that you boys don't know about yet. They're listening and watching in, but we'll fill you in. I got a chance to get myself out of the proverbial, doghouse isn't low enough, and I don't know, basement, that's not low enough, and root cellar's probably not low enough, but I'm like
digging the grave.
I'm gonna need a miracle, which I can get.
Yep. Coming up on the show today, I can tell you right now, we're not going to talk much NASCAR stuff. I can tell you that, because it has turned into a Hendrick show. Go ahead and change NASCAR to say Hendrick. Hendrick is basically dominating the races. I wouldn't even call it Hendrick. I'd call it Larson dominating the races. Second win. That's the way it's going to go. But it is probably one of the, I wouldn't say the best dirt weeks coming up, because I think you got to give that, and we'll discuss that. I think you got to give that to the world. I think the world's better than the dream, but we can have that discussion later. But again, I'm literally looking forward to the Dream Week. That's what this show is mainly going to be about, is the Dream. We'll kind of live back on some of the winners and stuff like that. We'll talk a little bit about NASCAR. We got to do our picks for the Cup Sonoma, and some other news in NASCAR that we'll touch on, get a little thoughts from the guys. So we'll jump on in it. First, we'll touch NASCAR first. Did we see this one, Matt? Did you see that one?
Yes, I saw it.
What's the likelihood, do you think he goes and joins Toyota?
I heard it and I thought about it, and I was like, no offense to any Kurt Busch fans out there, but that is not somebody I would be bringing in at this point in his career to help to bolster that team.
Right.
You know, I would be probably looking at a different driver for that kind of you know, what they're planning on doing. I mean, you know, just Kurt's at the point now where how many years has he got left? Like, I don't see that many more years. I mean, it's no different than Ryan Newman. I
don't think
don't
you
see
can come
that
to
many
learn
more
this
years.
new car in a year. No driver's going to learn this new car in a year. So if you've got a Kevin Harvick or you've got a Kurt Busch, you can't just take on this new car and say, okay, this is my last year.
No.
Because you're basically wasting a year.
You know, what they need is they need you know, and I know he's already in the Toyota fold, but they need the other Busch. You know, if they want to help grow that team, they need Kyle in there, not Kurt. You know, and to be perfectly honest, the guy that probably of all of them that should be in that car is Denny Hamlin.
See, that strikes me, right? That could actually work. He's got FedEx on his side, right? FedEx is with him. He's not with Toyota now. I mean, they started with Gibbs, but I believe if Denny wanted to go to his own team, he could.
Yeah,
with FedEx. Easy.
Well, and that's the way that I look at it, is that, you know what, if they really want to get the performance of that team up to another level, when you've got the owner driving the car, and if he's not happy with the performance of the car and how the performance of the team is, stuff's going to change in a hurry because he ain't going to look bad.
Right.
And, you know, but that's to me where they should be going. I mean, Kurt to me is just a stopgap measure. Like, what's he going to drive the car for?
He's past his prime. Prime was it at Roush, basically. That was his prime.
You know what? I don't agree with you on that, and I don't think his prime was at Roush. I think his prime was when he almost threw his career out the window.
Yeah, I'll agree 100%.
That's when his prime was when he almost threw his career out the window.
Penske?
When he threw away his Penske ride, because that's exactly what he did. He threw away his Penske ride.
I forgot about that for a minute too.
Right, and then in his prime, when he was racing in his prime, he was racing substandard equipment. You know, he was racing second-rate equipment, and some races he was getting some pretty good finishes out of cars that probably should have been finishing 25th to 30th. He was getting 10th to 15th.
Talking about the front row cars,
furniture row cars. James Finch. He actually got some not bad finishes when he was running Finch's car that year.
Yeah.
You know, so it just that's my own opinion. Is I don't think that's the right driver for what they're thinking about doing. So,
man, there's a lot of talk, and I didn't make a banner for this. A lot of talk about where are these charters going to come from, because the talk is really heating up with Junior. Junior's wanting to come to NASCAR. He's wanting to come to Cup Series bad. He thinks his time's right and stuff like that, but nobody wants to go because there's no charters, right? The 37 has got to find a charter. You have, of course, 2311. If they add a second car, they got to have a charter. You've got Colic Racing's they want a charter. I mean, you've got so many charters sought. It almost becomes down to, should we just do away with the charter system and just go with, back to the provisional system, right? But I know NASCAR can't do that because there's so much money invested into it.
Yep.
You'd almost have to pay all the teams out, and I don't think NASCAR has that flow of money just to say, okay, here's $100 million spread out between 36 teams, because that's how much they're valued at.
Well, what's got to happen is NASCAR's got to close the loophole in the charter system, because there's a loophole.
Yeah,
Pretty
there
big
is a
one.
loophole. All right, let me explain. If some of y'all don't know the loophole is, okay, Richard Petty Motorsports has 2 charters. They'll use their 43 charter 1 year. They'll lease out the 44 charter. The next year, the 44 charter comes back. They'll use the 44 charter and they'll lease out the 43 charter. The car numbers don't change, but it's just 2 different charters, right?
Well, but there's another portion to this, because part of the charter system is performance.
Yeah.
And the bottom 3 charters, 34th, 35th, and 36th, if those charters finish in the bottom 3 consecutive years, NASCAR has the right to remove the charter from the team. But the loophole is that these particular charters are getting flip-flopped between teams every year, so that none of them finish in the bottom 3 the next year. So then what happens is that the same car is running 33rd, 34th, 35th, 36th, but they're using a different charter every year, so it doesn't matter. So I think what needs to happen is that NASCAR is going to have to put their foot down, and it's going to be, listen, you have to assign a charter to the car. The charter has to be assigned to the car. So if that means Richard Petty Motorsports, it'd be like, listen, you know what? You got the 44 charter. You own it. You have to
run it.
You can lease it for the 1 year that you've got, but the second year you have to run it, and you can't lease it out again for another 3 years or something. They've got to put some kind of a system in there where there's a, they got to do something. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I totally agree that they've got to do something. I think the main team that, everybody's kind of mad at right now is Rick Ware, right? Rick Ware is basically coming in. They're buying, if there's 11 sets, they're buying 6 sets. They're trying to make them sets going. They're causing a Rick Ware car causes at least 1 to 2 cautions a race. We can go ahead and say it.
Who can look up how many laps down that 66 car finished on Sunday?
Give me a
or
second.
63. Was it the 63 or the 66?
66 is not Rick Ware. That is MB2 Motorsports.
No, it wasn't the 66. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was the 66, but there was one car.
51, the 15.
51 to 53, the 51 to 53 to 15, and all right, let's put it this way. You've got Josh Bilicki in the 52. That's a Rick Ware car. He 37 laps. No, hang on. Let's see, race.
I'm looking here to see. Yes, the 66 car was run by David Starr on the weekend.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
He finished the race 31 laps down. Did not have a mechanical problem. They didn't have a mechanical problem. I was watching the race. I was listening to Byron's radio. I don't know how many times. There was at least 3 or 4 times that car, Byron almost hit him going 20 mile an hour faster.
That's every 13 laps he was getting lapped.
And they was catching them. They was catching them flying. They was catching them up and slowing them down.
Yep. Oh, they almost caused I don't know how many wrecks. Him, Bilicki, and Smithley, those 3 cars almost caused some huge wrecks.
Well, here's the thing. How do you know this? Because you're like the NASCAR expert of this show. How do they determine the minimum speed?
Basically, it's a set parameter by NASCAR based usually on practice speed. And what it is they have a metric that they use to calculate it based off of practice speed. So, I mean, my problem is that NASCAR did warn the 66 car once that they were not at minimum speed. So then they had to go in, fix it, and then they got up to minimum speed. I think the problem is, boys, is that minimum speed is just going to have to go up. That metric has to be changed, and they're going to have to increase minimum speed.
All right, let's go off this. His average lap, 33 seconds.
Yeah, I believe it was like 33.1 or 33.2 was minimum.
Austin Dillon's overall average lap, because he had the fastest overall average lap.
Yep.
30 seconds. 30.2.
Yep.
So he's 3 seconds off the pace.
Yep. Too much.
So
too much. Especially at that high speed track. I mean, and you know what, guys? And the reason I'm going to say that is because I don't know, Willie, if you have the highlight or not, but what happened in the truck race on Friday night?
I do. It's about a minute 25 clip. We'll go ahead and play it here.
That's why minimum speed has to go up, because we're going to have another wreck like this one.
All right. Here it is. Let me get it.
So Hutchins has already had his issue and has come off the wall, but had been scrubbing the wall for a while yet, and then Sauter and Dollar came up.
When you saw John Hunter was behind them, he still had a great deal of speed too. So the caution must not have been out yet, and the drivers didn't know that Hutchins was just going to be sitting in the road. Oh, you could see Sauter wouldn't be able to see through the 51 truck of Dollar. And look, the speed that John Hunter has coming in there.
I guess Johnny's spotter, the veteran Tab Boyd, had radioed that he just did not see the 14 and where the 14 was on track. And you know, that's a similar spot, Mike, where we talked about earlier that seemed like maybe is a vulnerable position for the spotters. Yeah, that outside of turn on the exit of 4 as they come toward the tri-oval area.
And Hutchins' truck is black, so that probably made it a little more difficult to see at night against the black asphalt. But
that right there was brutal. That right there was brutal.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, NASCAR, I mean, they even said it. There was an interview with Scott Miller, and they admitted that there should have been a caution way sooner than that. They were looking at something else, supposedly. I think the 88 truck or something possibly was leaking fluid, and they were checking the track for fluid. But I'm positive there's going to be a policy change out of that, because that was
how was there a policy change when NASCAR failed to throw the caution? They failed. That car was stopped 15 seconds.
That's what I mean, Willie, about spotting. They're going to have, if there's fluid on the track, they need to at least have 1 or 2 guys looking at the track for incidents, versus potentially everybody, all their spotters were looking for fluid on the track instead of potentially looking at, that truck that had the blown tire. I mean, boys, I'm glad they're building these things safer and safer, because
I'd love to talk to that Trey Hutchinson guy, because it felt like to me that truck almost touched his seat.
Oh, it was close. There is a picture, and you can see how close it got. It was close.
And that wasn't a rookie spotter. That was Tab Boyd's spotter. That was Byron's spotter. He said he did not see him.
I have heard lots of spotters talking about at Charlotte that off of 4 there and that one spot, it is very difficult to tell if they're clear.
Could they not? I mean, I know it's stupid to say, but can they not build the spotter tire higher? Because to me, it's right. I think it's right where the apex of the tri-oval is. Can't see.
And I think the problem is the field of view. You got to remember that truck was right up against the fence, And, you know, I can think of many NASCAR races that I've gone to where if there's a car that's running basically right up against the fence of the front
can't see
straightaway,
it.
you can't see it.
No.
You can't see it. You have no idea it's there.
No, you can't see it.
So, and that was a black truck and everything like that. And I felt bad for those guys because that was their one truck that team had.
It was a long green flag run.
Yeah, and the truck's a total loss.
Oh,
Guess they supposedly have a second truck that they were building, but it wasn't ready. I don't know if they're.
Here's the thing with this no qualifying deal. This was one of their shots they had to qualify in. They qualified in.
Yeah.
Right. So the next race that they could be able to race away or qualify way in is Nashville.
Yeah.
So
bad deal. But
yeah, it is.
I did see that Marcos Lemonis supposedly has reached out to help out. So I don't know what he's going to do, but supposedly he was going to be doing something to help them out, maybe to try to get to the next race. So,
well, guess what? Marcus Lemonis to the rescue again, right? I know Sheldon Creed will not be asking for his help, after the whole debacle.
No, but you know what? That team, you know what? Sheldon Creed, okay, you know what? I get it. You're worth more than $15,000 a race. Well, you know what?
Former champion.
Teams like that, you know what? If they get 30, 40, 50 grand, that's a huge cash injection to teams like that. Huge.
Yep. I 100%. I agree 100%. All right. Well, Kyle Larson dominates the Cup race. Last topic. Before we get to our picks for the Sonoma and Mid Ohio, Kyle Larson dominated the show. I'm gonna tell you something, boys. I've been watching racing probably since I was 4 or 5. That right there was probably the boringest race I have ever watched. And it was probably bad, right?
Well, what ended up happening is unfortunately, this was almost an exact reproduction of Dover.
Yeah.
I don't know what Hendrick Motorsports has found. I have no idea what they found. No, they're not cheating, Michael. But I don't know what they found.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know what they found, but whatever they found something that at least got them 1 to 2 tenths over the field. And Kyle Busch, I know, had made a comment after the race on his radio to his team, and he said, "We spanked the rest of the field, but we got a big problem with HMS."
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is a big contributor to the success is having Chad Knaus oversee getting the cars to the racetrack. I think that was your answer. Chad Knaus is just not preparing one car; he's preparing all of them, and I think that's that is why you're seeing so much success. But I tell you right now, boys, I hope there ain't no Chase Elliott fans in the room. But hey, HMS is not Chase Elliott team. Not like it used to be.
Nope.
I'm sorry. No. That's Kyle Larson's taking over that lead role. And, popularity wise, I don't know if Kyle Larson ain't took that over. I don't think they'll let him win the most popular driver. I mean, you get the vote, but
Chase is still the most popular driver, but
I don't know.
You know what? The thing that I look at is it's just now that they've got Knaus as the performance director and he's helping, basically preparing the cars and everything like that. It's like they finally got that piece together where all 4 teams are really working together. Yep. Because there were times in that race, Larson was really fast, but I guarantee if Byron or Elliott, because those two, Bowman was off just a hair, but Byron or Elliott come out of the pits ahead of Larson on any one of them stops, I don't know. Because those cars were
too much of an aero game. That's the thing. It's fast. It's aero game. You saw Bowman beat Kyle Larson.
And he killed him at Dover.
That's what I'm saying, at Dover, because they got out front, air game. the aero game is so dependent, and then
Yeah.
if you vice versa, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
it just, you know what, whatever they found, and the scary part for the competition is that was the 550 package at Charlotte, but the 750 package was at Dover, and they killed them just as bad.
Yeah.
So whatever they found is obviously applying to both packages.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, I just, you know, if
And
I was a competition, I'd be like, what
and
do we
I'll
do?
say this: those Chevys were hauling the mail down the straightaways at Charlotte.
It wasn't just AMS that was doing good. I mean, you had, I mean, yeah, I mean, the finish didn't really do good, right? But I mean,
You had top tens for Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick.
yeah, Stenhouse was 12th. I mean, you got
Yep.
Suarez was 15th, Jones was 16th. You know,
The part that worries me is that the Fords did not show up.
I mean, you had Busher running 8th, got Harvick running 9th, Keselowski 11th, Blaney 12th. But I mean, the bow ties did take the top. They did take 5 out of the 6 spots. So,
but they weren't talking about a Ford driver the whole race.
No.
Like, there was not a Ford driver that could compete for the top 5.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I feel bad for Chris Busher because he had probably one of his best runs of the year.
Yeah.
But it was shadowed by Hendrick's performance.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
Tyler Reddick, same thing. You know, Austin Dillon running 6. You know, shadowed.
I don't know. Whatever Hendricks found, they've got something, and definitely when Kyle Busch is saying that we got a problem with HMS, that tells you that they all know they found something, and they are going to be darn hard to beat, I think, for the next little bit until the competition gets caught up. But the biggest problem is that this is reminding me a little bit of how the Chad and Jimmy show went from 06 to 10, where everybody said, oh, we're going to catch them, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it was like, just when you thought the competition was going to catch them, they found another gear and away they went.
Yep. All right. We'll dive right into
picks
for the week. We have the Cup race at Sonoma and the Xfinity race at Mid-Ohio. So if y'all want to pull the lineups up, pull the lineups up. If you don't need them, I'm sure y'all probably been collaborating between yourselves.
Honestly, we haven't on this one, but I do have 5 guys set ready to pick for each one.
Well, Matt, you know how this works. You're a low man on totem pole.
Yep.
So hit me.
Matt DiBenedetto.
No, Xfinity first. Xfinity first.
Xfinity first?
Yep.
Road course.
Michael, send me the picks if you already haven't.
Yeah, I've already seen it. Hang on.
No, I got it.
Oh.
I think I have a guy in mind, but I want to make sure I have not picked him yet.
I am going to go with.
You do have Dinger available for this week.
What the fuck are you? I mean, come on, dude.
I have Dinger. I don't have Dinger available. I used them in Xfinity. I haven't used them for Cup.
You haven't used him in Xfinity.
Yes, he has too.
I'm pretty sure I had.
I know he has. You used him last week.
No, he didn't.
No, I didn't use him in Charlotte. I think I used him at Coda.
I got week 8.
I used him at Coda.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I used him. Yeah. I am going to go with Daniel Hemrick.
It's a good choice. My turn.
Your turn.
I'll take Dinger.
And I am taking Clements.
That's a good choice on a road course.
That is a good choice. Hell of a choice. All right. Cup Series, boys. Cup Series.
Matt DiBenedetto.
Matty D. Ain't a bad choice. I'm taking Rainbow Warrior.
Byron?
Taking Byron.
Well, you threw that one away.
And I am taking Ross Chastain.
What are you talking about through it? How do I throw that away? He's good at a road course.
I wouldn't have picked him at a road course.
I would.
I
mean,
almost picked him.
Who else do I have? I've used Chase. I've used Kyle. I've used Truex.
Well, you heard who he just picked.
Huh?
He picked Watermelon Man.
Look what he did. Look what he did at.
I know.
I mean, if we was running iRacing, I'd pick James Davison.
Yeah.
I picked the Benedetto. Well, yeah. I picked the Benedetto because he's had some good finishes out at Sonoma. So
Yep.
I think he's gonna get a good finish. I don't know if he's gonna win, but
different package.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. We're 750 low downforce, not 750 high downforce.
How you think the carousel's gonna go? Quick thoughts.
Get rid of it.
I'm talking about how you think it's gonna go with the low downforce, because that is the high speed of the track.
Nope. I think bad choice.
Well, I would really call it, because I think the S's are basically the high speed. Going down the S's and then hitting 11, then you got to whoa it down.
My problem is the carousel to me takes away a passing zone.
Yes.
Because
you're talking about that it takes away that big turn where you're.
I'm talking about where you come out of turn. I think it's 4A. And you would go down to the carousel, right? And then they the shortcut to
Kevin
the carousel,
Harvick,
right?
Montoya had that big old scuffle, right? Is that
right?
What it?
And there's that straight.
Win.
There's that straightaway that shortcuts carousel on Sonoma, right? When you're doing the carousel, you come around turn 4 and you're basically doing a big loop to go into the carousel and then come back out at turn 7. When the Cup Series, when they shortcutted the carousel, then you got that straightaway going into 7, and that made that turn 7. You could set a guy up going into 4 because they had that wide exit over that bump and everything to go down that straightaway, and you could set a guy up to pass in 7. Now that they're running a carousel, I don't think that passing zone's there. And, one other thing that was kind of interesting that one guy had mentioned about not running the carousel is that running the carousel, you get less laps at Sonoma. Yes. Because they have to keep it. And I can't remember. I think it's like 90 laps or 80 some laps now with the carousel. Well, it used to be 110.
Right.
When they didn't run the carousel. And he said that's like 20 or 25 opportunities at turn 11 at the hairpin for guys to pass. And that's just my opinion is that you've taken away passing zones running the carousel. I didn't like it when they talked about doing it in the first place. I thought it was a bad decision, and I still think it's a bad decision. I mean, it's the same thing. If NASCAR ever decides that, we're going to run the boot at the Glen, I ain't watching it.
Do you think they'll ever bring back the other format, or you think they'll keep the carousel?
No, I suspect if they end up with another dud, because let's be honest, 2019 when they ran the carousel was a dud.
Right.
If they get another dud, I think the carousel's gone.
All right, we're going to do a little side bet. I'm going to throw a little wrench into it. Over, under, I'm going to set it at 4. Spins going in turn 11, wheel hopping. Over, under. That's a big issue. Carrying a lot of speed going into turn 11, locking the,
You're just making the conditioner just. I can just see over there. He's just like, good Lord.
Is that the last turn?
Yeah, yep. Turn 11's the last turn. That's the hairpin.
Yep.
So you're saying 4 wheel hop that spin?
Yep. Wheel hop spins.
Over.
Think it'll be more?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about just regular spins. I'm talking about it has to be wheel hop.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's going to be over. I hope the TV shows them all because I guarantee we're not going to see them all.
You don't think we'll see them all?
No.
I'll take under. I think they'll have the cars basically. Man, I'm going to regret that because they run the 550, so they're going to carry a lot more speed coming out of the S's than what they did. No, they're
with the 750 package,
they're going to carry.
They're going to be going a lot faster down that straightaway. A lot faster.
I'm still going to take under. What are you taking, Michael Blood?
I will go over.
All right.
How many points you making this for?
We'll do
5.
10. 5. We'll do 5. Second place gets nothing.
Second and third get nothing. Just 5.
Yep. Couple more totes before we get into the main topic, which is the Eldora or Dream. Byron announced today he's their second Rackley truck. News out of that camp: Timothy Peters gets the boot, and Josh Berry's running the next 3 races. I think that'll end up turning to be Josh Berry's going to run the next 3 races in the truck series in the 25 truck. I suspect Willie Allen probably gets in there and runs a couple races, being team owner. Dude, to touch on that real quick, Willie Allen leaves Charlotte, jumps on a plane, comes back to Nashville, jumps in his late model, qualifies, top 5, I think it was, wins the race. Gets done with Charlotte I don't know, late that night, I think. He flew back early that morning, I think, what I was told.
Yeah.
And he just jumps in his late model and wins. Also, good news out of the Nashville front. Joe Williams, one of the announcers for Fairgrounds, is going to be announcing be the PA announcer for the Nashville Speedway. So, props to Joe Williams. I'm going to reach out, try to get him on to, because he used to announce. His last time he announced a cup race was in 1984, the last cup race at the Fairgrounds. So that guy has a lot of memories, and I want to kind of dig his brain, but never know. We might try to get him on. So that is it for the NASCAR. We'll see what Matt has to do next, because I don't think he's going to make it this time either. But we'll see.
Yeah, maybe I won't make it on NASCAR, but we'll see what happens with the dirt stuff.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The Dirt Dream. All right, I'm gonna play it I ain't gonna let it play 5 minutes. We're gonna just let you get a little taste of the Dream. A little clip of the Dream. This is back 2019, the last time they had a Dream, because they had the Continental and they had the, what is it called, Michael, the Stream?
Yeah, something like that.
This is the last Dream race they had. This track here is a lot racy. It's a half-mile high banked. Like I said, this is 2019. You'll see little clips.
This race is and always has been all about the money. Long he wins heat race number 1. Superman Jonathan Davenport will start 6th in the Dirt Late Model Dream. Blankenship with a 1.5 second advantage. Weiss with that same advantage over Owens. That's how they'll finish. Who's going to get the final transfer spot? Blankenship wins. Weiss finishes 2nd. 3rd spot goes to Jimmy Owens from the tail. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, the winner of heat race number 3 is Timmy McCready. Here comes Pearson down to the line. Bronson gets it. Pearson finishes 2nd.
Going to be Dustin 8 laps to decide it.
I don't know if that start is going to go or not. No.
Oh, Chamberlain, no, and Jimmy Mars. Well, the caution is out. The 0 jumped the start, and he will be moved back according to race control. So still 8 to go.
Here we go.
And the start is Bloomquist behind him. Now Bloomquist on the bottom. And Bloomquist may take 900. Kid Robinson into the wall. And down the back straightaway, Bloomquist and Hudson O'Neal takes the lead. Oh, Bloomquist is not done
Dennis
yet.
Erb.
How about Dennis Erb Jr. on the bottom for the lead out of turn 4 at the line? It is even at the line. Holy cow.
Hudson O'Neal by 17 one-thousandths of a second. Oh, here comes Shane Clanton throwing his hat in the ring.
As you can see, that track puts up so much good racing side by side. I know I can't wait. I know Michael can't wait. And
Is it Wednesday yet? Come on. I'm up after watching that.
And
It'll be my
Matt's gonna get
first dream.
first taste of the dream.
Mm-hmm.
We've all talked about it. We're gonna make an Eldora show for long. We're gonna make Eldora show. I want to go to the Eldora. Guy that I work with, his brother he got surprise tickets the other day to go to Eldora to the Dream. So
Nice.
Lucky man. Wife, if you're listening, I'll take some tickets to the World. But I'm off for the World, so that might be an opportunity for me to go. I think that'll be better than the Dream. They always treat the World different than the Dream. They haven't announced the World purse yet, have they, Michael?
Not that I'm aware of, but I bet it's going to be massive.
I'm almost thinking it's going to be around the 150 range. 150 for the first one, 151 for the second one. So, man, it's going to be a heck of a week. We're going to relive. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to relive a moment that probably it cost Scott Bloomquist $100,000. I
love this part.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this.
On the outside, he would have cleared him. It didn't happen, and it's Heartbreak Hotel for 6.
Of course, they've got to cross the scales.
Best announcer ever right there.
What a finish.
Green light comes on for Jonathan Davenport, and now the moment of truth. Scott Bloomquist, he has to meet the minimum weight requirement of 2,300 pounds.
So basically, he's got to go on scale once.
Nothing yet. He's allowed to back up one time.
That guy back there has got to have some beers in his system here. So basically, he didn't make the weight the first time. They're recalibrating the scales now. I don't know, calibrating it, zeroing it out. And this is what's drawing a crowd right here.
Eldora rules. He's got one chance to back up.
James actually getting excited,
2,300 pounds. Everybody at the scales. Oh, my. Would this be something else? Here we go.
The famous thumbs down.
There's no green light. There's no green light. 25 pounds light. He's 25 pounds light.
And Cody over there just throwing a fit.
25 pounds light. And that means the winner of the Dirt Late Model Dream is Jonathan Davenport.
Now watch this right here.
Wow. 25 pounds light. Scott Bloomquist disqualified.
They don't show it, but the clip that I saw earlier in the week, basically,
The right side of the car is mangled. He pulls the Kano Rumley inner.
basically, Jonathan Davenport comes over, stands right in front of Bloomquist's car. It's on Flow Racing's Facebook page. Basically comes over to the front of the car and gives Bloomer a thumbs up as he's throwing his helmet to the side, his earbuds to the side, and gives him a thumbs up. 25 pounds light cost him $100,000. $100,000.
Rules are rules.
I think you had to was it 2350? Am I not mistaken, or is it 2400, 2300?
I don't know what they've got away there.
Well,
I haven't dug into the rule book.
but yeah, that one there, that one stung, right?
So here's a question for both of you that I'm
Right.
wondering. Okay. So next week
Mhm.
end is the dream, right?
Yes,
Cup All-Star races on Saturday night
Sunday.
or Sunday.
Yep.
Larson running the 6 for
From
Rumley
what
in the dream.
From what I heard, he is, and what Rumley put on their Facebook page, he's doing it. He's running the 6 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's what I thought. I thought Larson might be running it.
When is the All-Star race?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Xfinity race is Saturday. This is the first time they've ever run Xfinity race the same weekend as the All-Star race. They always run the truck race, never the Xfinity race. This time they run the Xfinity race, and now they're running the truck race Friday.
Yeah, I was wondering because that you're right that the All-Star race was on Sunday. I thought, I'll bet you with that kind of money on the line, I figured Larson was going to be running for Rumley.
Yep. But I'm gonna tell you something, boys. On Dirt Draft, his price will be so far up there, it'd be hard to take him. It'd be hard to take him. You're gonna lose out on somebody that might help you more than what
I've got a perfect combination to give.
How do you got a perfect combination? They ain't got lineups out yet.
I'm just saying, I got the perfect combination. I got a really good idea who I'm going to put in that lineup that'll be low.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Hey,
I'm good at this.
Don't question him. He made you and I made you and I on Monday look like fools.
See, now you're gonna get me thinking till Wednesday. Who you gonna put in there?
Don't worry about who I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna put somebody in there. We're gonna see how much you paid attention to Eldora.
Huh?
We're gonna see how much y'all pay attention to Eldora, even though it's Matt's first.
Oh no, Matt, you come to me for advice, buddy.
Shit.
No. So basically, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do Dirt Draft for our picks. We're picking 5 drivers, keeping on a $100,000 cap, and the winner each night gets 100 points for our draft pick, our pick thing. So at the end of this crown jewel, somebody might be going to the outhouse. Somebody's going to the penthouse. Michael's over there all cocky, and son, if he does not have a good week, son, me and Matt will probably have to come in here alone to come up with his punishment. Because his cockiness is way up there.
Oh, I'm not cocky.
Oh, don't you lie.
I'm very confident. I'm already planning a lineup right now.
Listen.
We ain't even seen the entry list yet.
I know we ain't seen the entry list.
I have
got a general idea.
I know where the bar is set on punishment.
Yeah, you're right. You absolutely 100% right. You set the bar. Man.
And then I pushed it again today.
Yeah, you did. You did. You know, we're gonna throw some names out there, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to get y'all to tell me y'all's picks, but I want y'all to.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. We will share the Michael. I want you, when we create our own contest, I want to make sure we get that link out there. Make sure it's right for people to join. Right.
Yeah.
so we can get people.
The problem that I did, and it was lowercase sensitive.
It was an
caps,
Arkansas
whatever.
issue. It's fine.
No, my finger rubs across the caps tab a lot. And if you ever message me, sometimes you might get all caps, and sometimes you may get cap and lowercase, and it all be jumbled. But I just fat fingered a cap button on there at the start. That's what happened. My apologies.
It's all right. We'll get her going. But I want y'all to basically 3 drivers that y'all think that will have a good week. I'm not saying win it. I'm just saying have a good week. That you'll think that be consistent. Because think about it. There's no qualifying, I don't think, for Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's random draw heat points. Am I wrong on that or no?
I think they qualify every night.
Do they qualify? Because I think they, and I can't find it nowhere to go back, but I thought they do random draw and then base it on heat points, and then that sets the twin features. I might be wrong.
Let's see if I could find something for you.
All right. As he's finding something, I'll start first. The 3 drivers. I'm gonna have my my surprise that I think that will surprise the world. I'll have one that I think they'll be more consistent, and I'll have another one. My third one will be somebody that is going to be iffy, but if he shows up, I think he'll be great. Right? My surprise, I'll start with one iffy. I think Kyle Strickler will be iffy with Bloomer's car. If they show up, he's consistent, and they got the bugs worked out. He'll be iffy, but he'll be competitive. My consistent one will probably be, I'd say, Devin Moran probably be more consistent guy at Eldora.
It's not showing any qualifying. Sorry.
Huh?
It's not showing any qualifying.
Oh, it's random then, right?
I reckon so.
Yeah. Where'd they run 2 heat races at? What event was that? Remember them running 2 heat races? They run 1 heat race, then they run a second heat race, then it lines them up for the feature. No consolation.
I don't know what it was.
It's I-80 or somewhere.
Yeah, it might be that.
Silver Dollar, probably. My surprise, I've got to go with the Kentucky kid, Josh Rice. Eldora fits his driving style just like Florence. The kid has had tough luck. He about won at Florence. He broke something in the right front. Leading at Eldora, broke something in the right front the next night. So that's my 3 picks. Michael, if you want to say Boone Briggs, Steve Francis, and, Ray Rayburn, that's fine. You can go ahead and throw them guys out.
No, my 3 would be Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran. I'm actually going to give you 4. Earl Pearson and Daryl Lanigan.
Daryl Lanigan won the 5,000 win show. Now, Mr. Non-Dirt Guy, we know that it's going to be hard for you this week. Okay? Mm-hmm. And stuff. So we're going to be giving you – I'm not going to give you no advice because I'm going to try to beat you. If he wants to give you advice, let him get you his advice. I don't – it is going to be, guys. I mean, it's going to be hard to set a lineup.
Yeah, it is.
Because you got 100 drivers. You're going to have 100 drivers, and you got to pick 5.
I hope there's over 100.
Dude, I don't know why they ain't been an entry list out.
Probably because it ain't finalized yet.
Well, I mean, yeah.
One thing that Michael has been very consistent about, and I know he's going to be expensive and everything like that, but Davenport, I know that Michael has said that Eldora is going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, 100%.
He is going to be one of the hardest cars to beat. And you know what? Larson being there, I know what you're saying, Willie, about him being expensive, but I'll tell you what, Larson's going to be hard to beat there too. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, one of the biggest problems is that Eldora is a momentum racetrack. I've raced on it enough in iRacing that I know that track is a momentum style racetrack.
You go back to the clip. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's basically you're birthing the throttle and then you're right back in it.
You know, so when it's a momentum style racetrack, the other big contender in there is going to be motor. And you know what? You'd better have a fresh and your biggest bullet in there if you think that you're going to compete for the win at Eldora.
I'll be honest with you, and I honestly think that's why Devin Moran didn't run so many races, because they was preparing their equipment for the Dream.
He's keeping his fresh bullet for the Dream.
Right. I mean, if you're not, and I don't know where he was sitting at in points, but
top 5, inside the top 5.
Hey,
and he dropped off in the top 5.
And he dropped off in the top 5. I can't believe it either.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a good chunk change right there. That's near $30,000 payday.
Well, think about it this way. Hudson O'Neal won the Show Me 100, right?
Yep.
And he said in his interview, they dropped a fresh bullet in before that race.
Wow.
Before the start of the Show Me on that day, they dropped a fresh bullet in that car for $30,000 to win.
Well,
so
you know, I don't know if you saw Bobby Pierce. He announced that they're going to run. He's going to run Circle City Friday, and that's it. He's not running a Saturday race because they're preparing for the Dream.
They're all preparing for the Dream now.
They're going to spend most of Saturday fixing the damn car after he gets done there anyway.
Yeah, that's dude. And we all going to watch that race. I don't know about Michael because he might be at baseball, but me and Matt's going to watch it. Circle City, that place right there is a quarter mile. So yeah, it's tight bull ring.
Does he have walls to hang on?
Dude, the clip that I saw, which is mostly of it's just sprint car clips, it's got a berm. If you in the wall, you're not hanging on it. You're in the wall basically. It's got a berm. So
I would probably put Bobby Pierce down as a W.
Huh?
I would probably put Bobby Pierce down as a W there.
Well, we'll see. We're not gonna have a show next week.
If you do, I won't be here. Trust me, I'll be watching.
No show. No show next week. The next show. Hang on.
We will be popping on Saturday for a quick show for our picks for the when does the trucks and the Xfinity and the Cup run at Texas, right?
Yes.
So we'll have to pop on Thursday night next week for a quick 5-minute show for our picks for Texas. And by the way, when it comes to the All-Star picks, we've decided that it is a winner take all for that race, and we are not restricted on our picks.
Not restricted on your picks, and we will be picking both opens.
Yeah,
picking both opens.
Both opens and the All-Star race, and it's winner take all. And if you're second and you're third, you got nothing.
I'm looking at Hell Tour, June 15th. So this next month's going to be spotty on when we can do. Basically, it'll be quick shows if we do show. If it's going to be a show, it'll be a quick show in and out because it's Hell Tour month. 15th, June 15th starts the Hell Tour. And if guys, you don't know what the Hell Tour is, look up Dirt Car Summer Nationals. It'll have quick facts, basically, on what the Hell Tour kind of is. I'm trying to see history. Nope. Series champions, of course, you had Brian Shirley as last year's champion. All-time winners, Billy Moyer, 100 wins through 2019. Shannon Babb's got 98. The closest to Shannon Babb and Billy Moyer is Don O'Neill at 39. If that gives you anything. So, but I think there's, I don't know how many dates. I think there's like 30 dates in a 2-month period.
Basically, what Willie's saying is that, boys, it's race season, and we're going to be watching the racing just like you guys, and we'll get on and tell you about it when we get a chance.
Yep. It's basically what it's going to be, because this is probably one of my favorite times of the year. Last year I was just keeping it, and Michael knows. Last year I was just keeping up. We was keeping up with the results. This year with Dirt Vision, I said, boys, we gonna watch it. And Dirt Vision puts on excellent broadcasting. So we're gonna see that, and we're gonna throw a little picks on that too, because Dirt Draft probably will put up with Dirt Car on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be something fun to do. And
so it could be Hell Tour for the three of us too.
It could be Hell Tour for 3 of us and stuff. A lot of them dates will get rained out. That's another thing too. If they get rained out, they don't postpone it. They just cancel the whole show.
If they're racing in Arkansas, it's almost like certain it's going to get rained out.
No, there ain't none
Michael,
of them.
you ain't.
I know.
There ain't none of them in Arkansas. You got Illinois.
You got
Indiana, Missouri.
Arkansas has become the new monsoon of the U.S.
I think I've got Tuesday, July 13th circled, Burnside, Kentucky, as maybe a go-to. And I have Richmond, July 25th as a circle, in Clarksville. Clarksville's up here too. And Clarksville's paying $15,000 to win. So that one there might be draw some cars.
When is the Clarksville one?
Hang on here.
Well, anyway, there's going to be a lot of races coming up. So
July 24th.
Tune in.
Yes, tune
We
in.
still have one more pick to go tonight for the Comp Cam series.
Comp Cam.
And let's get this party started.
But there's a catch on the Comp Cam.
Random draw. And
the random draw has not served me well so far, so I'm not feeling good about this.
All right. You're
Matt,
up first. Matt. You're getting starting spot in the feature.
Please say 1.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
4.
Oh, I'll take that.
All right. Got Willie next. It's a little kinder than it was for the Flow Racing deal that we didn't get to do.
One.
I wouldn't have said that.
One.
So I wouldn't have said that just yet.
9. Willie got a 9. Willie
Good
had an
pick
8
for
the
Willie.
Flow. What was it? 9? Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I had a 9.
I think I saw one. I think I saw one.
All right.
Watch him get a 1. I tell you what, Michael, go ahead and get that back up there again. If you can reset it, we're going to do random draw for the World Outlaw race tomorrow at Circle City.
10 Outlaws. Hang on, let me.
Well, I like my chances for comp cams with that pick.
All right. Let me. And number 4.
Yep.
Oh, we're back on.
Hit it with Matt.
Come on, 1.
Son of a gun.
Oh!
Matt with a 3. Here goes Willie.
You got to be kidding me.
6. I guess I'm getting the crap draw again.
Yeah, that's what he says.
And I got the 2.
Good luck, Willie.
I need to keep my mouth shut. All right. No rants this week. Well, we'll do best to worst and we'll close it out. Best and worst. Matt, I'll let you start. Best and worst.
Best of the week, you know what? Definitely. I mean, I know I had a good run at the Show Me 100 and everything like that, but I'll tell you what, that was an awesome event to watch. Well done. Lucas Oil Speedway. I had never seen the place up until when we started watching the show. And I can tell you right now, that track is on my bucket list now of places that I got to go watch a race. And it was awesome. They did a really good job. Hats off to them I mean, they had to put a lot of work. They had to put a lot of work in, run 2 shows on Friday.
And it was
night.
Michael,
I think, said that the late model feature ended at 2:30 in the morning, 2:30. Yep. And they weren't done
to
with
go to bed.
And the modifieds weren't done till 4:30.
2 hours?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had to run a feature.
They had to run a full show. Yep. So you know what? Kudos to those guys because they got the track ready and it put on a great race, and I really enjoyed it. Worst of the week. NASCAR Pro Invitational on the Chicago Street Course. Listen, I liked what they did last year with the Pro Invitational when we didn't have racing and everything like that, and they were able to bring the guys on and race at the tracks and everything, and I found that they put on some good racing. This year on the Pro Invitational, as far as I'm concerned, they need to shut it down. It is embarrassing to watch. It makes iRacing look like a joke, not a professional racing simulation game. It makes iRacing look like a joke. And
show the pro guys to actually do this for the $100,000 check. Wow.
Exactly. The Coca-Cola iRacing series makes the actual Cup Series guys look like clowns.
Yeah.
And you know what? I
wonder if they use this for simulation. They say they use iRacing for simulation, but I don't see it. I don't think they do.
My own opinion is that if they're going to run Pro Invitational races for these guys to run, then they need to take it seriously like it's an actual race. So what do you got to do to get these guys to take it seriously and actually do something about it instead of, oh, look, I wrecked it. I got a reset. Oh, look at that. Oh, well, hell, that was fun. Let's do that again. It's a great
make sure that's their starting position.
Yeah, and the other thing is that really annoyed me about it is that Boyer was color commentating because Gordon was, I don't know where he was. So anyway, so Boyer was in the color commentator seat and William Byron was actually in studio racing. And Boyer on more than about 3 or 4 times said, "This is such an amazing video game." And I'm like, listen, if you're thinking that this is a video game, that means that everybody else in that's driving is thinking of it like a video game. And I'm like, listen, this is simulation racing. This is as close as a lot of guys like me and Michael and Willie get to actually getting into a real car and racing. And, when we do our iRacing street stock race on Sunday nights with the league, we take it serious. We don't want to have guys in there wrecking and going hardy har har. Oh, well, ever. You know what? We take it serious. And that's my rant is like, listen, these are professional race car drivers and they're treating it like a joke. And it's like, listen, if you're going to treat it like a joke, don't do it. Don't do it at all, because as far as I'm concerned, this is putting a bad light on NASCAR. Not a good one, a bad one.
You want the bad news? Now NBC just takes over. Now they got their own pro.
I know. And I know. And to me, it's just, you know what? Why in the world are we making the best drivers in the world? Because most of us can probably agree that most of the Cup drivers would be considered to be some of the best drivers in the world.
Yep.
And we're making them out to look like clowns on national TV.
Yep.
You know what?
You got some drivers that are not even allowed to run, and they run every week.
It just aggravates me. It aggravates me because the drivers for so many years had fought to be treated like professional athletes and everything like that. And here we go, and you put crap like that on TV, and what is everybody going to think? Oh, well, it is just a good old boys club, right? This isn't a professional sport. So, you know what? NASCAR, iRacing, TV networks, make it worth the boys' while to actually put some effort into it and make it a good show. Because I'll tell you what, when those boys didn't have anything else to do other than racing last year in the Pro Invitational races, those were some damn good races that those guys put on last year.
Yeah. If I was in a TV spot for that race, because I went back and watched some of it. I didn't watch it live, but if I was into some of the TV spots, I'd be asking for my money back.
Well, there are sponsors that are putting money towards those Pro Invitational races.
Yeah, them drivers not doing it for free.
And
it's required for them to do it.
Chase Elliott ran 2 laps last night. And that and he had a special paint scheme that was painted up by a fan that won a contest, and it never got shown on TV once.
Wow.
Like, that's what I'm saying. This is not a good look for NASCAR. This is not what it should be. And as far as I'm concerned, if this is the kind of crap and BS that you're going to have, then don't do it, because as far as it makes the sport look bad.
Yep, I agree. All right.
So that's my rant. Worst end rant.
My best of the week has got to go to actually Nashville Super Speedway on bringing a local voice to the PA announcer, not just bringing in somebody that don't know racing. I think the fans at Nashville Super Speedway will get a very good experience, and I'm hoping I'm catching an Xfinity race or a truck race there because I'm off that weekend. Well, take that back. Yes, I am off that weekend. I'm gonna try to go catch a race down there. Cup race sold out. But Joe Williams, if you've ever been to Nashville Fairgrounds, he's so entertaining to listen to. The man has so much historic, outlook to it. You be listening to the race and they're bringing cars on. He'll pop a story off from 1980 that you find fascinating, right? Ken Squire's another one, right? Ken Squire, he was the same way. You'd be listening to him, and he'd come off with some of his rambling about, his, well, back in the day, this is what happened here and all that. I'm different than a lot of people. I like the historic, stories. I love Dale Jr.'s podcast. They bringing up stuff. So kudos to Joe Williams. Hope they get him on. I'm going to reach out to him. My rant of the week is nothing to do with racing. He calls himself the king, but he ain't the king. LeBron James team was down 25, 30 points, something like that, getting blowed out of the gym.
And he said, deuces.
And he said, deuces. Walked off the court with 5 or 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Let me tell you something. Take your sneakers off, tie them in a knot, throw them over a power line, son, call it a career if you're going to do that. If I was his teammate, I would chew him out so much you don't go to the locker room until the buzzer sounds. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I watch a lot of basketball. NBA basketball in the regular season, trash. Complete trash. Watching the playoffs, that's when they actually play. They don't play defense in the regular season. Okay? Same thing with baseball. Baseball, just out there, you don't see good baseball games until the playoffs, right? So that's my rant. I think that there needs to be a rule that you can't go to the locker room unless you're hurt. All right? What would we – bring it to a racing aspect, what would we say if – same thing with Bubba Wallace, what he did with not rejecting the interview. What would we say if Junior was running second and be like – and then that Larson just beating the crap out of him. He pulls off, goes to the garage. He get called out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the same comparison.
Yeah. Well, he likes to call himself the king and and everything like that. And I'm like, you know what? Michael Jordan never would have done anything like that.
Well, just like I follow a guy.
Michael Jordan, if his team was down like that in a game with 6 minutes to go, he would put them on his back and carry them and try to get some momentum going and at least try to win the game.
LeBron shot 24 shots, and 10 of them was threes.
Yeah.
10 of them was threes. I'm going to tell you something. The guy that made the Lakers in the modern era that I grew up in, that wore the 8 and then wore the 24, if he was down that much, he'd be throwing them up left and right. He would tell his teammates, look, we're down. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. He would make the plays.
That's what a true leader is.
Yeah, LeBron don't do that. LeBron don't do that. He just walks off.
I agree. I totally agree with you, Willie.
I mean,
if you're gonna be like that, hang the sneakers up. You're done.
I mean, he's trying to stick around for his son to come up. He wants to play until his son gets to the NBA, and his son's rookie year will be his last year.
Yeah, but what the heck kind of an example do you set for your son when you do something like that?
And
you win and lose as a team, not as I win and lose as LeBron.
And Michael, I don't know if you saw the new NCAA rule, but the flop rule. Have you seen the new flop rule for the NCAA?
Yep, and I like it. It's time to do away with that.
Huh?
It's time for them to quit acting.
Is it ejection if it's ejection if they do it, or is it a technical if they do it?
It is a technical, I believe. I don't think it's an ejection unless you get a second one.
Well, LeBron James, there's so many times, and he done it like 2 weeks ago, and I flipping to watch a game. There was a scuffle. LeBron James, one of the biggest attention seekers you ever seen in your life. There is a scuffle.
Queen.
Huh?
He's a drama queen.
Yeah. There was a scuffle. And he's over acting like he's hurt. Nobody even touched him. He's over acting like he's hurt. So he just walks over there in the middle of a scuffle and then falls on the floor, trying to get somebody to tend to him. I mean, look, like I said, I don't watch NBA until the playoffs. It's playoff time, right? And I hope the Phoenix Suns beat the Lakers because I don't like the Lakers, never have. When me and my wife got together, I remember our third date, we was watching one of the Orlando Magic and the Los Angeles Lakers. She liked the Lakers. Of course, I liked the Magic because Western had a guy that played for the Magic. Of course, I liked Dwight Howard at the time. But you know, I've always don't like the Lakers, but this, man, it's got bad, right? It's got bad. That's my rant for the week. Michael, I know it's something to do with Arkansas baseball. Go ahead.
Who would have thought, right? My best of the week is Arkansas winning the SEC outright championship tournament. My worst of the week goes to all the major networks that broadcast the college baseball tournament. Why is the number one team in the nation playing on ESPN3, the streaming service? How come we, meaning we, the state of Arkansas, cannot get any respect from national broadcasting companies that broadcast sports of any level in the state? And being ranked number one in the nation, why can't they broadcast the University of Arkansas baseball team that may go down as one of the greatest teams to ever be in college baseball by stats? And it's a fact. But yet we're playing on ESPN3, a streaming service which
Is that all games? Like all the
all
region
games at the Fayetteville Regional are on ESPN freaking 3.
Wow.
What's your excuse, ESPN? What's your excuse, SEC Network? I think the whole state of Arkansas are to call up there and gripe and complain and voice your opinion, because this is ridiculous. And it's been that way all.
And you're probably
year
gonna have a no-name school playing a number 3 team on ESPN too.
Yep, more than likely.
Well, or you're going to have a California or a bigger name team that's not playing well. They'll be on the major network.
I get we're playing New Jersey Tech. I never heard of them until Monday, and they all deserve to be in the tournament. They played to be there.
They won their bid.
But we're number one in the nation and have been for 25 freaking weeks straight in a row.
Well, I didn't know that.
Number one overall seed.
Also, another best of the week for me is shout out to my cousin. He accepted a assistant ticket manager at Mississippi State Bulldogs. Big promotion for him. Leaving a Conference USA team ticket office and actually taking a SEC job. So I think he's been in that field probably 5-6 years. So he's going back to Rick Stansbury's stomping grounds. But I know I've seen some pictures where my aunt was down there. You know, it's going to be different seeing him with a Mississippi State Bulldog hat on. Well, everywhere he went, he always had a Western hat, which, right? So, I mean, he was one of their head honchos in the ticket office. So,
well, at least he didn't go to Ole Miss. I mean, that's the worst school.
Well, that's her old AD, Bojic or whatever his name is. The athletic director was actually athletic director over Western. And actually, our athletic director has turned down 3 SEC jobs, to be fact. So, I don't know which 3 it is. I'm sure one of them had to be Arkansas, but you know. Now, and my other cousin, his brother took a position at a Major League Baseball. So, big shout out to them moving up in the world. Go do big things. All I can tell them, you know.
Well, I hope it was the Cardinals.
What? I don't know. I've not got to touch. I just texted back and forth with my aunt today. I'm going to ask her what position he took. So pretty neat. You know, they got into the sports market. I wouldn't say the sports marketing field, but they got into the sports background, right? I know my cousin Brandon. He's been in basically the ticketing area, the ticketing admissions. He's been in that field for 5 or 6 years, actually gradually moved himself up and then moving down to Mississippi, Bulldog Nation.
I've got a cousin that works at the Kansas City Chiefs. He takes care of all the VIP suites.
Yep. So, anyway, Dreams next week starts at Wednesday. Racing starts at 8 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock East or Central, 6 o'clock Matt's time. So, going to be early for him, kind of a little late for us. I do not get off until 7 o'clock, so I'll be rushing home to flip on the old computer screen and watch it. It's on Flow Racing.
Dan Tankus picks. Ooh.
That'll cost you 10 points, Commissioner. No. Sonoma this week for NASCAR, Mid-Ohio for Xfinity. And then, of course, you got, I think, was it LMRA? They're at Greenville this week, right, Michael?
I don't know where they're at.
I think they're at Greenville this week. So good luck to Josh and Courtney and all the LMRA guys. So go race hell for Dale.
And Comp Cams is at Old Number One Speedway Friday night and I-30 on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll probably tune in a little I-30 action Saturday.
That'll be a fun place. Fun place. It's a fun place. A lot of
throw it in on Flow. But y'all got anything to add before we hop on off here?
No, I ain't got nothing.
I saw where Cops got a Player of the Year though.
Yep, well deserved.
That is I mean, no, not bash or nothing, but it's remarkable that a relief pitcher gets Player of the Year. I mean, you don't hardly see that. A relief pitcher getting Player of the Year.
He's nasty.
All right, answer me this. Is he going to be number 1 overall MLB draft?
Probably won't, but he's going to get paid nicely.
Is he a junior?
No, he's a senior.
Oh, he's a senior? Well,
I hope he goes to the Cardinals.
Well, here's the thing is, and here's what I hate, and I won't tell you something. I hate it the most. I don't use hate very often. MLB, move your draft past College World Series. These guys, I'm not saying it's disrespectful, but you're playing in the middle of a field and you go into a dugout and be like, hey, bud, you got picked 30th round by the Yankees. They don't even get to watch their own draft. Sorry if it's a rant, but they don't get to watch their own draft. They don't get to see their name being called like the NBA or the NFL because they're actually out there playing.
And the thing of it is, you know, they get drafted way down the line. It's like, oh, wow, so you're paying me peanuts? I mean, they don't make nothing.
Your sign-on, the way that Major League works, your sign-on bonus supposed to carry you through the minors.
It's only like $100,000 is what they're going to make.
Your sign-on, now if you're getting in the top 10 rounds, you're going to make a guy around here locally that he's not in the minor league system nor he owns a financial place. He got picked up by the Toronto Blue Jays, and his sign-on bonus, he got picked probably around the 30th round or something like that. Dude, I don't know how he negotiated, but he negotiated for $725,000, and they paid him. They're supposed to carry you through the minors, and so because your single A only makes like $400 a week, your double A only makes like I think $1,000 a week, and then your triple A makes $1,500 a week. There's no high dollar. I'm pretty sure there's no high dollar contracts in the minors. I think it's if I'm not mistaken, I think it's set rates for all your minor leagues and all that. But yeah, I don't like how the draft system works for my Major League Baseball because I'll tell you right now, if you get picked up, you're already thinking about your future. Your mind's rumbling. Well, you know, if we lose this game, I can go ahead. And, you know, I don't know how – now, do you know how this works, Michael? If they get picked up in July, can they come in right away, or does they have to wait till the following year spring training to do it?
All that I don't know. I think you could jump right in. I think we had a player that jumped right in as soon as college was over with, and that was Andrew Benintendi. But I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got. There's one more thing. Football's kind of sneaking up on us. My plans is still to have a football show, maybe like a Sunday morning show with or a Saturday show or a Friday show or something like that, to kind of go over the matchups and some fantasy outlooks. I've got to still reach out to a guy that I brought on board to help me with that, because these two, we got a hockey guy down here and a college guy up there, so NFL's not their expertise.
I'll still come in and play with that fantasy football deal.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do fantasy football, a league for fantasy football. If we do a league for fantasy football, I'll pay out of my pocket, and we'll get a big trophy, a football trophy. I play in a big league. It's like 200 something teams play in one league, and it's a big money league. Basically, if you win, it's $5,000 to win. I've been fortunate having somebody that knows a lot, just like I do, when it comes to players and good years, bad years, sleeper picks, stuff like that. In the 4 years that we've done it, I've finished. First year we missed the playoffs by one spot. Second year we made the playoffs and won our league, not the big league, but we won our division. Third year we played, we finished runner-up in our division and finished towards the bottom in our league, the big league. We've yet to master the big $5,000 paycheck. The guy that won it this past year, we beat to win our trophy, our division. We beat him in the final game. So it's pretty neat to, say, hey, we beat you back in 2019. Just remember that, but we will be doing fantasy football. If anybody likes fantasy football, I'll share that link towards August. I think it's when probably do it around August, somewhere around there. So
you guys got to play real football.
What's real football?
Bigger fields and one less down. Thank you very much.
Talking about Canadian?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Johnny Manziel could even go up there and play.
Well, no, because there we have bigger fields and we only have 3 downs, not 4.
What? Look. Now you're going to get me going, okay?
No, we don't have time to get you going. We can have that debate another day.
Of Canadian football players are from America. Y'all keep y'all's hockey up there. Don't mess with our football. So, all right, guys. See you hopefully in 2 weeks. We'll announce when we'll have our next show. But it'll come up soon.
Here's my prediction for the clown in a couple weeks.
Where? No. All right, guys. See y'all soon. We'll do iRacing's image of soon, right? See you soon. See y'all.
Yeah. We'll see you. Have a good one.